Hey everybody, got a couple of really awesome things to share with you. Check this out. Hour of Devastation. Did I say that right? Hour? Man, it's been a day, let me tell you. Decided to go out with the wife, do a little bit of Christmas shopping. We stopped by Toys R Us and found these selling for, you're not going to believe this deal, $54.95. I know. Can you just imagine my joy and excitement that they were selling these bundles for $54.95? Now, that is completely ridiculous. I literally saw that and laughed. They actually had a couple of Commander 17 products on the shelf, but they were selling those for 47 something. They had some old Khans of Tarkir booster packs that they were selling for $8 a pack. It was just crazy. I could not believe that they would have something like this, and that their prices would just be so out of touch with reality. Then I looked up and I saw a sign: price match guarantee. So needless to say, and I don't know how or why they were willing to do this, but they were willing to price match trollandtoad.com at $20.90 something cents. So they were selling them for $54 and change, or $55. I got them for $21 and change each. That I am very, very happy about. Love saving money on some Magic cards. So I figured I'd just kind of open these up, take a look at what we got. I'm sure we'll get something really, really cool. What are we hoping for? We're hoping for the Scarab God, right? He's the big winner. If we could get him in foil, that would be amazing. And of course, there are some lottery cards still in here. So let's get this out of the way. Trash, trash, trash. Open up our box. There. Oh, look at all that cool stuff. And our spin down. Gotta love the spin down. There's our land pack. Golly, all this. That's one thing I did like. At least they put a lot of cool stuff in here. You got your land pack that does include some full art land. You do have your token pack, which is also great. And we've got our 10 packs. Awesome. So I'm going to do these separate. I'm not going to open them all up at the same time, just because I want to see how well we did in each bundle. But the one thing I want to talk about today, which you'll notice from the title whenever this is finally uploaded, is YouTube drama. As a member of the Magic YouTube community, not really. These people have no clue who the heck I am, so I don't have to worry about any of that kind of nonsense. I am in no way on their radar. They have no clue who I am. I tweet at these people, every now and again. Never really get much of a response, except from a few guys. Josh Lee Kwai is pretty awesome as far as responding to things. But no, this is just my observations that I want to share with you guys, because it was my son-in-law and I have actually been having a conversation because of this. Both of us have a libertarian political bend to ourselves and our worldview. I definitely would say that I have a Christian worldview primarily, but as far as my politics, they're definitely libertarian. And the one thing about the libertarian identity that I really like is the vow to do no harm. I can completely agree with that. That is, we should not be actively attempting to hurt people in any way, shape, or form. And unfortunately, not everybody takes that seriously. And a good example in the Magic community is Jeremy from MTGHQ or /Unsleeved Media. He is definitely what we would call a troll, actively kind of poking the bear, which is, I mean, going to fault the guy for taking a stand on his personal beliefs, but you know, a lot of the stuff that's going on at this exact moment is kind of his own fault. You know, a lot of his videos are provocative, which again, I'm not going to go after somebody just for the content that they make, just because it happens to be not what I would do. You know, but a lot of his videos are titled in such a way that you would view them as clickbait. You know, just stuff that's kind of in poor taste. But again, he has an audience. I do watch a lot of his unboxing videos. Once he, you know, some of his political stuff, you know, I'll at least give it, I'll give it a little bit of a thought. I'll look at it. I'll absorb it. But for the most part, it's just white noise, I guess is the best way to say it. A lot of times he'll make a good point about a particular subject. Let's consider, you know, different statements that have come out recently about the, you know, the number of players that are playing Magic now and how many of those are female, who's getting, you know, women are getting harassed all the time at Magic events. I mean, and he, you know, makes some pretty valid comments that you can't take a Twitter poll and look at that as some sort of scientific proof. And again, I agree that you can't take a Twitter poll and make it scientific proof. But then he spends the next 15 minutes essentially going the low road, attacking people and saying things in a very negative way. The truth is, he could have made his point, gotten in, gotten out, you know, had probably a 5-minute video, and I don't think it would have riled anybody up. You know, but again, now you have a situation where he's brought down the powers that be in Wizards to the point where Wizards is having to make official statements about Twitter drama among all the YouTubers. You know, Brian at Tolarian Community College, Wedge at the Mana Source. Of course, Jimmy Wong is definitely someone who I do not agree with politically in any way, shape, or form. But when they decide that they're going to band together and they're going to go after somebody, you know, again, it's not like Jeremy doesn't deserve it. Again, he brings this on himself. But what's essentially happening is, as the narrative is, I think it was on Thanksgiving, he made a video, this is Jeremy, reaching out to Wedge at the Mana Source, just saying, hey, I totally, you know, I understand your video, which, again, the Mana Source, Wedge there, had posted a video just kind of talking about his depression, some of the things he's going through, which is very brave to do. Definitely, it's a good idea to talk about these sort of things, not just let them go. So I thought that was really good that he was doing that. Frank Sanity, there you go. And then the optics just look bad, because then the very next day, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you know, Brian at Tolarian Community College and Wedge, they're going after him because a cosplayer in the community decided that she was going to quit cosplaying and participating in the Magic community, and was pointing at Jeremy at MTGHQ as the source and the reason why she was leaving the Magic community, and that was sad. It was sad that that's the reasoning behind it. Have we gotten a single mythic? I don't think we've gotten any mythics. This is why I want to do the bundle separately. You know, but basically her friends come to her aid and say, hey, look, you know, we hate that you're leaving. And then they start doing the exact thing that they accuse MTGHQ of doing. They bully him. I mean, there's no way to look at it without using that word. They are bullying him. They're going after him, saying, yep, not a single mythic. Basically saying that this is your fault. We're not going to, essentially using the, you know, hashtag #MeToo type of thing, saying that, you know, we've all been harassed by this guy. which in a lot of ways I believe is true. I believe that he has done a lot of harassment. Again, he pokes the bear. He's a troll. This is kind of within his wheelhouse of what he does. And this time it blew up because it was Thanksgiving. Everybody's off of work. Everybody's home. And nobody has anything better to do than be on Twitter, and going after everybody. So Wizards has a response saying, look, we're monitoring this. We see what's going on. We're saddened by the events that are occurring. And it is a sad state of events where a major corporation is having to deal with Twitter drama. So ultimately, where do I land on this? I think that, unfortunately, nobody is right. There is no one who can stand up on a white horse with their white hat. There's our 20-sider. And say that I am immune from this. It's not my fault. I mean, Jeremy is definitely at fault for all the drama that he started. I mean, if you're actively living a libertarian lifestyle and you're saying, I'm actively attempting to not do harm to anyone, that includes Twitter. And unfortunately, he has decided that is his life. He wants to be the one on the mainstream fighting against the social justice warrior movement. I have issues with that movement, just like a lot of other conservatives or libertarians, where basically if you're not an extreme left-wing person, they view you negatively, which is fine. But again, the issue is when you're going to sit there and poke the bear over and over and over again, literally for years, this is what happens. And unfortunately, the people who are going after Jeremy are doing it the exact way that he's accused of. They are, by definition of what they're doing, they are bullying him, which is sad to see. I'm disappointed. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised or really upset by what's happening, but I am severely disappointed. We're supposed to be a community of people talking about Magic the Gathering. We're supposed to be, if anything, coming together and going after Wizards for issues like the fact that these cards that I'm opening right now are going to be bent in 12 hours. They're going to be in literally a terrible condition, and I have no recourse. They should be going after cheaters. People who are on the Pro Tour actively cheating, giving signals to team members. That's who they need to be going after. That's who we need to be as a community focusing on. People who are ruining the prices in Magic, who are going, oh, there's our first Mythic, and it's a junk Mythic, of course. But we should be going after the people who are ruining the prices, who are going after everybody else, taking the market share away so that cards are just not valuable anymore. We should be holding Wizards accountable for their poor print quality, for their lack of response to the cheating scandals that have been going on in the last year or two. But instead, what we are doing is we are arguing with each other because our feelings got hurt by a Twitter troll, and he made a video calling me a bad name, or, gosh, God forbid, they pointed out an actual fallacy with our viewpoint, and we're going to view that as harassment. But what's going to happen instead is that he's going to have the firepower to come out and say, this is not me, he's the victim, and we're just not handling it the right way. What's the best way to handle this stuff? Honestly, ignore it. If you ignore a troll long enough, they eventually go away, because what they're looking for is a reaction. He is actively looking for what is happening right now. This is exactly what he wants. He wants a reaction to his craziness. So in that way, he is getting exactly what he wanted. There's additional traffic. going to his channel. There's additional traffic going to his Twitter. There's also additional, the YouTube algorithm is going to spike because his name and his channel names are going to be searched, more, because not everyone is up to date on all the latest and greatest drama within the Magic community. So you have people who are they're casuals, and this is what they're going to run into, on the trending page when you're searching for Magic stuff. And that's just sad, It's a sad state of affairs when we have to deal with it in this way. Again, as far as taking sides, that's definitely not... Oh, there we go. Again, I understand Jeremy's points. He thinks he's fighting against the machine, and he's doing it the wrong way. Even though he makes great points, no one's going to care or listen to him except those who already agree with his points. He's not persuading anybody, and he is not living to the libertarian standpoint of do no harm. So in that regard, I don't like it. But in addition to that, oh wow, we got just a garbage for our 2 bundles. Oh well, at least I only spent $20 a piece, right? But we're in this this place where those people, when they retaliate and they do the exact thing that they're upset with Jeremy about. So ultimately, I'm disappointed. I'm not surprised, but I am saddened by what's happening to the community. There was a time when we opened packs of Magic cards. We looked at them. We cheered with people when they got incredible booster packs. We railed against the machine when we pulled stuff like this and we got literally 1 junk mythic out of 20 packs. I don't know. It was just a simpler time back in the day, even before I was making videos. MTGHQ was the largest channel, even bigger than Magic's channel. But because of the way he's gone about doing his business, his message, even though a lot of times he's correct, it doesn't mean that the way he presents it is right. And therefore, at the same time, when the other side decides to come and back at him for the way he does things, because no one's arguing against his points at right now, right? No one is saying that he's inaccurate in the things he's saying and giving any sort of meaningful dialogue that we can go back and forth. Instead, what are they doing? They're just arguing and calling names. He did this terrible thing. He's this terrible person. You guys need to listen to me and trust me. I'm not this way. And it's literally doing nothing for us. We're not getting anywhere. What should have happened is, this is what you're saying. This is why, we disagree and here's why, or here's why you're wrong. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of times Jeremy's right, but his message is so poorly put out there. The optics are so bad that you end up hating him. And that is unfortunately where we're at in the Magic community. The rest of the Magic community, which again is mostly those who are left-leaning, hate him. And he will now suffer the repercussions of that. Should he suffer some sort of repercussions for what he's doing? Absolutely. But again, just as he would point out, let the free market decide. Don't limit his free speech. Don't go after the exact things you're claiming. Don't do it in the same way that he's doing it. Don't take that low road. Instead, point out the issue. Say, if that's what you're for, then watch his stuff. But, if you don't like it, if you're not leaning in his direction, there are alternative YouTube channels. There are alternative media. And that's what we should be doing. Let the free market decide whose channel they will support. But I don't know. I'm a nobody in the community. I've only got 600 subscribers or whatever. You guys like when I open stuff. That's what I do. I don't normally get involved in the drama or make comments on it. but seeing what's happening again over Thanksgiving of all times is just sad. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I mean, are you just as angry with both sides of the argument in this case? Or are you really, are you pro Jeremy at MTGHQ / Unsleeved Or, are you with Sprinkle and Jimmy Wong, Jimmy Wong and with Tolarian and Manosaurus? Whose side do you fall on? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to have a dialogue. I'm going to respond to as many comments as I can because I believe, and I'm sure a lot of you agree, the only way we're going to solve this sort of stuff is with meaningful dialogue and conversation. As soon as it turns into he said, she said, bad, we're calling people names, we've lost the entire point. And ultimately, we've lost the entire point of Magic, which is people coming together, no matter what your race, ethnicity, religion, color of your skin, sexual identity, it doesn't matter. We should be able just to play this freaking game, have a great conversation, have a good time playing, and we should all come away with some sort of growth. It's really, really easy to, get stuck in this is a game about winning and losing, instead of its original point, which was being able to spend time with your friends, between rounds of D&D while the GM's trying to get his stuff together and being able to just play a game. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but maybe I just wish it was like it was back in the day. Maybe I would just wish we could go back 25 years, and but I guess that's the old man in me anyway. Well, guys, I've rambled on long enough. You've seen everything that I got. Kind of a crummy couple of bundles, a couple of neat cards. Nothing that I really needed, so these are probably going to get sold or traded away pretty quick. But anyway, good luck. I guess this is kind of a funny way to look at it, right? We're either looking at the hour of devastation or really an hour of eternity, right? Will Magic live? Will it survive this? Will we finally be able just to play the game? Or is this what's going to destroy the Magic community? Thanks, guys.